So this week we're going to be working on our character design. Sweet! Alright, so week 1 is all about 3D character study. For this project, you will be creating a 3D character made out of Sculpey. So Sculpey is like a polymer-based clay. It's kind of oily. You can bake it in the oven. You can paint it. It comes in different colors. For those of you who have been in my art class before, we've played with this stuff many a time, so you'll have a lot of fun. The character can be your original design or based on a character from a book. Week 1 objective, sketch and gather materials. So for week 1, we will be sketching a front view, a back view, and a side view of our character. Really think about your character and the kind of world that he or she lives in. The character must be completed on 8.5 by 11 paper and fully colored. Okay, so I'm about to demonstrate that in just a second, but we're going to be illustrating a front view, side view, and back view of our character, okay? Today we're just going to be focusing on getting the proportions right, and then tomorrow you'll focus on drawing the details. If you finish early, say you finish drawing the details, you finish the skeleton of the different points of view, you're going to create a list of different materials that you want to use to complete your character. So let's just say if you're creating a 3D character and you want to make real clothing, well then you might write down fabric or felt, or maybe you want to put real googly eyes all over your character. Anything that you want to do. Okay, so you're going to create a list of different materials. You're going to have to bring these materials in to complete your figure, okay? So once you've completed that, then you're going to catch up on any missing work. And after you've caught up on work, you can create another character. You might even find that you like this character even more than the original, okay? So materials for week 2, and I'll talk about this on Wednesday a little bit more. We're going to need Sculpey clay and tinfoil for week 2, but we don't have to worry about that for right now. So again, we're creating a 3-dimensional character. Any kind of character you want. It can be a person, it can be an animal, it can just be a made-up creature based on something from a book or just something from your imagination. Okay? Today we're focusing on the front view, side view, and back view of the character, and I'm going to go over that right now. So, hopefully you have paper and pencil ready. I can just give you a moment, or if you want, pause the video. We're going to be creating just 8.5 by 11 normal paper. Do not draw this on lined ruled paper, blank paper, please. So with all this, we're going to start with the top line, bottom line, and a line going straight down. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to create 3 of these. So we're just creating 3 giant eyes, essentially, right? Straighten out, and luckily for me, I have the ability to create straight lines in Procreate, so I cheat a little bit. Sorry, guys. You can work digitally if you want to create this. I'm going to make this bottom line a little bit straighter. Meh, kind of. Alright, so this one's going to be my front, back, and side view. So the front view and the back view kind of start out the same, right? So I've got my circle for the head, pit of the neck, and then from the top line to the bottom line, we're going to find the halfway point. And that's about halfway. It's about halfway right there. Same thing here. Okay, so the pit of the neck is about 1/2 inch down, and I know I'm going quickly, but you can always stop the video or, go back if you need to, okay? So I'm marking off the shoulder line here, hip line here, circles for the shoulders and the hips. And then I'm creating just the circles for the elbows. So, sorry, I did that extremely quickly. I was just creating the arms. So, the halfway point down the arms, that's the elbow, circle, circle. And then the fingertips always hit about mid-thigh. And I'm going to do this again on the back view, so don't worry. I know this seems extremely quick. So I have on the back view my 2 shoulders, I've got my hips, right? And then I'm going to create my arms again. So circle for the elbow. Okay, so I got these guys blocked in. The side view is a little bit different. The hips are going to hit at the same height, but my head is going to be more on an angle. The neck is on an angle. I've got a circle for my shoulder, circle for my hip, and you can see my legs go like that. So it's a little bit stylized, but that's okay. So if I were to, let's see, let's just redraw that. Nope. We don't really need the knee. I'm just going to mark off the halfway point. Okay. So let's just say I'm going to create a new layer. Orange. Okay. I'm going to draw my side view, right? So this is the next step. First step, you're just drawing the skeletons. That's it, okay? So don't worry about anything else. You need to draw a skeleton for the front view, back view, and side view. You're going to be turning this in for a grade, so keep that in mind. So there's my head, torso. I'm going to draw the back, hip, knee, that connects, back leg, and foot. And from here, draw my arm, and I'm really just kind of connecting the circles. Now, don't feel like you have to follow this technique exactly. If you have a different way of making characters, just do it. But the main thing is you need the front view, back view, and side view, okay? So let's just focus on the back view for a moment. And let's just say I'm creating my character. He's got like this crazy hair, and I'm seeing it from the back. The shoulder lines actually go into the neckline. And then I'm going to draw the neckline here, neckline there. So now it feels like it's more from the back view. Same with the hips. The hips are going to go into the back. That's a little bit too hippie. Let's start with the arms. So actually no, because we're seeing more of the back. So if I'm creating this back view, we want to see those back lines go into the back more. Versus the front view, if we were making the torso lines would be going into the hips. See the difference? So back view goes into the back. Front view, it's going into the hip line a little bit more. Okay. Okay, back view. And if you want to create your character in different poses, you can do that as well. I'm just creating my arms now. So I'm sketching out the body. And we did this a little bit at the beginning of the year when we were creating our fashion illustrations. It's the same process. So now I'm going to focus on the front view. So with the front view, got my neck, shoulder line, connecting here, And I like to make my little leotard, right? And I'm very loosely just sketching everything in. I like to keep everything really loose and fluid. And then I go back and make sure it's perfect. But don't worry about being perfect the first time around. Just, try to keep it loose and sketchy. And then we correct it, okay? So this is just your objective for today, okay? don't worry about anything else other than getting the proportions down, okay? If you have time, and this is what we're going to be also doing tomorrow, so you may need to just review this section of the recording tomorrow, but tomorrow you're going to be adding detail, okay? So if you really wanted to make like a superhero type character, and I'm drawing in a different layer right now, let's just say I'm going to use, I don't know, blue cape. So I'm going to really think about the clothing, how it's draping, you know? Try not to make everything so stiff. So there's my cape, right? And then from here, I can't really color it in, but you're going to color your drawing in, okay? I'm going to smudge this out a little bit. Now, for those of you, if you like to work a little bit more abstract and you're thinking about creating a character that's kind of out there, kind of a blob character, I'm going to encourage you not to create that. I want you to try to be a little bit more technical and really take your time and really try to be accurate. So now what I'm doing is I'm creating arms. So maybe a little bit of ruffle in the arm, the clothing. But I really want everybody to take your time creating this, okay? It's really important that you get a good idea of what you want to create first. So when you go to actually design this three-dimensionally, you'll have a blueprint. So just like how I was talking about the list of materials that you might want to use other than Sculpey. So let's just say if you have a superhero that you're creating and you want to make the cape out of a material, right, rather than clay. You have the option, you can make it out of clay, which is pretty cool, or you can get felt or any other kind of material and try to construct it out of fabric. Okay, so those are your different options, but it's up to you to really think about it. Really, you know, think, okay, if I design a figure like this, what kind of material can I use that will wrap around it? What's going to communicate a cape best? Okay, so all you're focusing on for today is creating the skeletons for the front view, back view, and side view. If you have time, you'll get into the details, okay? But save the details for day 2. All right, guys, and I hope you have fun, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.